This episode of Brats in the Back Row mentions topics of alcoholism, drug overdose, and death. Viewer and listener's discretion is advised. Ready? 1, 2, 3, clap.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Brats in the Back Row. I am Melina.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Emily.
Gee, that worked out so well, guys.
I was just gonna wait, but then I was like, what if Allie waits as well? And then it's just silence.
I thought you guys might do that. I was kind of hoping you would do that.
Sorry, we're two in sync. Allie and I, we're like this. We're together.
Yeah.
Actually, not right now. I don't want to be next to Allie right now. Allie's ill.
Okay. Allie's ill. Allie's ill, and we forced her to pod with us.
That's right.
Being held against her will.
You're actually obligated to be here.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to be here. Why would I miss Melina's movie?
Okay.
And then you missed Emily's.
I did miss I had a real reason to miss Emily's, though.
That's true. Things were happening.
Not dying. Allie's mom is fine. I'm legally obligated to say that Allie's mom is fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, we are the titular brats talking in the back row of the theater. This is the podcast where we watch a movie every week that one of us chooses. And the other ones don't necessarily want to watch. They have to watch it anyways.
Hello?
It's
Everyone's
true.
putting on lip gloss and I'm kind of distracted.
Because you're just looking at my lips right now?
Well, your lips.
I said I'm giving you a big smooch. It will happen.
A big kiss on the lips.
On the lips, I specify.
Soon.
Anyways.
Soon.
This week, I forced the brats to watch the 2023 film The Strangers, starring Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal, and also some other people as well. There's Claire Foy. There's Jamie Bell.
Oh, yes.
Actually, those are the only.
That's it.
There's like 6 people in this movie.
There's no one in this movie.
Yeah, it's only those 4 people, I think.
It is.
It's true.
Unless
There were those extras in the subway.
Anyways,
Well,
yes. Sad movie. Before we talk about the sad movie, how's everyone doing? How's the week been
Good.
going?
Yesterday was May's birthday.
Woo. Yeah. Woo. 23.
Oh, this isn't. Is this the year of the crash out? Right?
I was thinking about that this morning.
Wait,
when I was doing the morning routine. I was just washing my face and I was like, oh god, this is the year of the crash out.
Well, we don't have to make it the year of the crash out.
No.
Yeah.
No. If you watch the Scooby-Doo episode, you'll know it's either the year of the crash out or the year of insane triumph.
Those are the only 2 options?
That's all you get.
There's no, that's all you get. Okay.
Yeah, you either get a very high or a very low.
Very low. No middle here. We don't do a middle.
That shows that Allie doesn't watch our episodes.
Yeah.
No.
Allie doesn't listen to the episodes.
No. I watched the Top Gun one in its full because I was really proud.
That's
I was like, wait.
The Top Gun one. Allie only watches the ones that she picked.
Wait a minute,
Yes.
you texted us, hey guys, that was a really good episode. You've only watched that.
Is that the only one you watched?
When we first started, I would watch them. I think once we got around to the end of season 1 of our season 1, I was like, I thought that was enough. That's good enough. I couldn't bring myself to watch the First Daughter episode, and that's kind of where it all just went down.
Why? Wait, why?
Because it's such a mid movie. I was like, I can't bear to watch this.
That makes the best episodes, though. The ones that are so bad, you're like, oh god, I have so much to say. That's why
maybe I'll go back and watch it. I just remember it was like fine. But yeah,
that
the
episode
Top
wasn't
Gun one.
very
Hey,
good, I
if
will
you're
say.
listening and you just started listening to us, go back and watch that Top Gun double feature episode.
Ah! Nothing else though. Don't watch anything.
Don't watch any other episode. Just watch the Top Gun double feature. That's crazy. You got to the first daughter episode, and then you were like, "I'm done.
I know.
I don't want."
Yeah.
I'm stepping away.
Yes.
What the hell?
What
Okay.
other episode
Big
did you think
fan.
I liked? I am, and I am. It's
You're a
true.
big
I'm
fan.
here, and I'm sick,
fan.
so I'm actually the realest fan there is.
Okay.
Let my Cameron go.
No.
You look
Right,
like
right.
you're entering heaven. Like you're in a white
Yeah.
turtleneck and like the light is there. Like
Yeah. You're looking very poorly right now.
just
Oh goodness.
But
We're gonna lose Allie on the pod.
I thought it was gonna be Sarah first.
I know. That's really surprising.
Well, Sarah's actually gonna outlive all of us because she's so ill. It's gonna like
She's
reverse
so
it.
And it's cancel out.
She's
Yeah.
just like immune to everything now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she'll be fine.
This is the
Mhm.
second time that Allie's been sick on the pod.
Is it? What was the first time?
The first time I think
Mental.
was also my episode. I think it was Newsies.
Oh, I had a headache. I had
Yeah.
gone to Universal Studios the day before, and I
You
just
were
felt
quite
awful.
ill.
Wait a minute. Now that
Just a bit. I feel worse this time.
oh no, that were no okay. Because you were also gone for my Scooby-Doo episode because of your mom and everything. But that reminded me,
Yeah, that's
you said Scooby-Doo was a big part of your life and then nothing else. What did you
Yeah.
mean by that?
Can you go back to that?
In that same note, I also said I'm not gonna tell you. But sure,
Okay.
I'll share.
But sure, yeah, that's fine.
Well, when I was younger, I was really obsessed with Scooby-Doo. Like hyper fixated, obsessed with
Okay,
Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
In elementary school, I had this flashback when you said you were like, we're gonna watch Scooby-Doo, and I had this just like traumatic flashback. I remembered that I started a Scooby-Doo club, very unofficial. It was just me and my friends at under a tree, and I was just like, guys, I love Scooby-Doo, and they're like, that's great. Can we go play?"
Guys, it's just saying I love it.
Scooby-Doo. And they didn't say, I love Scooby-Doo too. They just said, okay.
They were like, it's fine.
They're all, girl, it's okay. Like, what are we? Oh my god. You would get along.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You would get along with my mom. My mom, when she was in elementary school, her and her friend Michelle had an unofficial club as well called the Hello Kitty Club, where they just traded Hello Kitty stickers with each other.
And that's all you need. And that's beautiful.
And that's all you
friendship
need.
right
And
there.
to this day, my mom will see Hello Kitty things, and she'll text Michelle and be like, Hello Kitty Club.
Oh.
That's really cute, actually. I enjoy that.
Hello Kitty. I love Hello Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have, I didn't, like, make a club in elementary school. I had anger management, where I would give people anger management classes.
Oh,
Wait,
you weren't receiving treatment.
You weren't receiving treatment
No,
for this.
I was giving.
Okay.
I see.
You
So-
clocked those kids and you were like, okay, we need to fix this.
But the thing, so I would go up to people I knew, my friends and everything, and I'd be like, whoa there, buddy. You're being a little hot right now. You're hot. Let's sit down. And so we would sit down together, and I would tell them to pet the cat like this.
Where the fuck did you learn this?
I have no idea. I didn't have anger management classes. Like, I wasn't in therapy at that time.
Oh my god. You were just therapizing children?
You were just...
Yeah.
Other children?
Other children. My
Did it
age.
work?
My age.
Did it work?
Probably
No,
not.
yes.
I mean, we sat down and we chilled out together, so that was probably the biggest thing.
Oh my god.
I was scheming young age. I was, mass business, whatever. I was helping.
Okay. Guys, the more I think about it, I feel like I didn't have a personality until I turned, 14.
I wasn't real until I was 14.
I don't think I had any real, interests or anything.
But you talk about how much you like princesses and Barbies. Like, that's a thing. That's interest.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
thing. What,
But,
did you not have
still.
interest, or did you not have, cool interests,
Experiences,
interests?
or...
Well, I didn't have experiences. Let's start there. I didn't have experiences. And my interest in, princesses and stuff was only superficial. I liked them because they were pretty.
And that's, hey,
I wasn't starting
a
fan
child.
clubs underneath the tree. And being like,
and
I like
that's for the
princesses.
best.
You see, Allie and I were young, neurodivergent children.
Somebody should have gotten this checked out.
Yeah, hold on a
weird.
second. There's something weird going on here.
I wasn't neurodivergent as a kid.
But as an
I
adult,
don't think you get it.
it grew.
As an adult.
You caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fighting demons.
No, yeah.
And
I
I
think
think-
that's how that works.
Yeah, I think I turned 21 and it was like a flip switched.
You're like, wait a minute, I'm
20.
Wait a minute.
mentally ill.
Okay. So my personality is kicking in now. Okay.
21 was when your personality.
That was a few years ago.
Wow.
I know that was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm like,
Crazy. I don't know, man.
it's okay. You
Although,
pet the cat.
I know. I think I'm gonna really slay as a 30-year-old.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
I feel I'm
I
gonna.
think I'm gonna really rock. Cause I'm not fucking with my 20s right now.
Oh.
But
But
they
we're
are
only-
just started.
You're only 23. We're only 22.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just
I
started.
know, but I feel, well, no, I'm not saying that it's over.
It's so over.
I'm not saying it's so over. I'm just saying I'm not vibing with being in my 20s, but I think I'm really gonna vibe with being in my 30s. You know?
Okay, you know what? And maybe that's that's at least somewhat healthy. Like, you're looking forward to, an older age.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
just also enjoy this. You're 23 for the first time.
Yeah,
only
wait
be
a minute. One day.
Someday.
It's
One
over.
day.
It's
Yeah,
over.
you
The crash out.
You just
The second
turned
time.
23. You will never be 23 again,
Uh,
or at least this version, right? This 23. You know what I'm trying to say? Just.
No, I know what you're trying to say.
I'm also. It's just. I'm so sick.
She's sobbing. She's like, and it's just so
Allie-
beautiful. Our
When Allie
lives
gets sick, she gets inspirational
when she's ill.
when
I'm
she's
just
ill.
so sick.
This is the only time when she has hope.
On her deathbed is when hope arises.
Exactly.
Well, it's that thing about people who are on their deathbed. They're looking back on their lives and they're like, wow.
Is
learned
that
so
what you're doing? You're all, oh, my life is so beautiful.
Beautiful. Do you guys believe the thing where when people die, their bodies are dead, but their brains have the last split second where it's basically reliving their entire life in 7 minutes or whatever? I don't know if this is a scientific fact, but I read this somewhere a long time ago.
That sounds cool. So maybe.
It sounds cool. I don't know. Sometimes I think about that and I'm like, what if this right now is just the 7 minutes where my brain is recapping my entire life?
No, because your brain picked this moment.
I'm gonna
To
kill
recap?
myself.
I think this stuff every day. It's exhausting.
This is why you're not vibing with your 20s, is this mental illness you have of existentialism.
I genuinely think about that every day.
Oh, God.
No, no, because that's so lame, kind of. Like, your brain chose this moment to recount. This is at the top of the list.
Here!
You fucking loser.
Wow! Oh my God! You fucking virgin loser. This is what you're doing?
This is all you have to show.
Oh my God, I really am gonna, like, I'm gonna die. Wow.
Not yet.
I'm gonna go bet.
Not yet!
This is what I said.
I gotta live past.
Don't die.
Oh my God, Allie's so ill right now. Allie's just on, like, the brink. You're gonna just fucking die, so live it up now. Be beautiful.
Have fun. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy living.
Find beauty in the small things.
All the small things. What was that? Allie's not doing okay.
It's also crazy because you're just like continuously stroking your like dinosaur weight pillow.
Mm-hmm. It's my friend.
Allie said I'm not gonna be a part of this episode because I feel too ill. And now Allie's like, like, peace and love, everyone, peace and love!
At noon, she was like, actually guys, I gotta peace out of this one. It's okay. Why are you here? With love and respect.
Well, I thought I was gonna go to urgent care, and then I decided not to. And so I was like, because I've been in my room isolating, because everyone else is like, you're gonna get us sick. My mom swears that I've started to get her sick. She's like, oh, I have a little tickle in my throat, and I said, that's how it starts. So
that's how it begins.
That's how it starts, yeah.
Right. And I was like, I have to talk to somebody, or I'll go crazy.
Okay.
I haven't talked to anyone all weekend.
Yeah, actually, that's what you look like. You look like you're in the straight jacket and everything.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. I watched I pulled an Emily. I watched 6 movies this weekend.
Alright.
Some of them were
I noticed
good.
that.
I noticed that you were.
I was like, Allie's really on a movie grind right now.
Cinephile.
She's on her cinephile
I was
grind.
just logging. How many movies did I watch this weekend? Oh, well, it was also Valentine's Day weekend.
Yes.
And
Oh,
so I
sure.
was like,
Sure.
I bought the Valentine's Day Converse, and then they got here on Valentine's Day, and I was like, wow, all dressed up and know where to go. So I wore them while I watched a bunch of rom-coms.
That's crazy.
You wore your shoes while just at home.
That's really beautiful of you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Let's see. I watched 1, 2.
What have I watched this week?
6,
I don't think I've watched anything.
I watched 10 movies this weekend.
Hey.
Yeah. And if you want to hear my opinions on any of them, I guess now's the time. No, we'll do that some other time. We're here for something else.
We could do that later in the episode.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, speaking of the episode, we watched All of Us Strangers for today's episode. Beautiful movie. I forgot how sad it was.
It's so depressing.
It's so depressing. And then as I was watching the movie last night on my birthday, I said to myself, why the fuck did I pick this movie?
This is so sad.
This is a bad movie to watch, but I said, you know what? Happy birthday to me. Beautiful. Anyways, what did you guys? I have no personal connection to this movie, by the way. This is only the second time I've watched this movie. I have no emotional trauma tying myself to this. I just thought I would traumatize you guys in return. But what did you guys think?
Wanting to see this, so thank you.
So welcome.
It was very sad.
This not prompted. Yeah, very sad.
Very sad.
I knew the twist, at least what I thought I knew.
Okay.
Of spoilers to everyone, but you're watching this, so suck it up. Of Paul Mescal being dead, because I had seen it on Twitter, or like I'd seen inklings of it, and I was like, I think Paul Mescal is dead in this.
He's quite dead.
He's quite dead.
Quite
and
dead.
then once they confirmed the parents were dead, I was like, okay, Paul Mescal's also dead. But
Paul
I
Mescal's
didn't realize how he died. And I was like, that is so depressing.
That's awful.
That is awful and so sad.
It's very sad. Yeah. What did you think, Allie?
Yeah, I would not have watched this movie unless prompted. I was excited to watch this because Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal were in it, and I love the Irish.
That's true.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
That's true.
It's true.
Andrew Scott Irish? I can't remember.
No, he's Brit.
He is. Oh, is he British?
I thought he was...
God,
someone
damn
Google
it.
this.
Oh my god, it's okay!
It's okay?
I'm sorry! He's Irish!
Andrew? Irish actor. I was right.
Okay, he is Irish. Okay. I couldn't remember if he was Irish or Scottish.
No, Irish. He's from Dublin.
Because I've been seeing a lot of David Tennant, James McAvoy tweets and TikToks, and they're both Scottish.
That's real.
I see. Yes.
Sorry
I have
to
it on the brain
people
right
of
now.
Ireland for mixing it up with the British. I am on your side. I am one of you, actually.
I love
Irish people.
Are you Irish?
I
am Irish.
So that's
I'm like,
Irish.
it's Hungarian and Irish are the main two things.
Oh, slay mama.
That's where the hair comes from. The hair is from Ireland.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And your pale skin.
My mom made fun of me the other day. she was like, I like lifted up my the stretch and like my shirt right up for a little bit, and she's all, look at that Snow White stomach, and I was like, no.
Yeah. Your mom is not as pale as you are.
No, she tans so easily.
Yeah, your mom tans.
Yeah, she will fully admit that as well. She really is like tan. I am pasty though, very pasty.
Okay. Is your dad tan? Not to get into it.
No, it's okay. We can get into it. Okay. Kind of, but I get more of his side where it's like not really. My mom's French as well, because my grandpa is French, and so French people tan very easily, and so she gets the tan part, but I did not.
But you did not. That's unfortunate.
Pasty. Yeah, she was all, your stomach is so much lighter than the rest of you, and I'm all, stop! I know.
That's crazy. Crazy that she would say that.
I was like, I'm just here.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ireland.
Yes, Ireland. We love you.
I love you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Anyways, beautiful country, beautiful movie. I'm pulling everything I'm about to say is going to be pulled from the dome. I didn't write notes for this movie. I was gonna lie and say that I forgot to. I didn't forget. I actively chose not to. Oh,
help!
Hold up, wait, I'll be right back.
Oh, hello?
Oh, she's gonna take a call right now.
Are we hearing? Okay, no, or we won't hear them. Yeah. I was like, I saw the green flick up again, like she's talking, and I was like, Allie, how are you?
Yes.
Oh, well, you're dying.
I am dying. Yeah. I'm like considering whether to take another cough drop or not, but
you should.
I don't think they're helping. All right.
But it's but it at least gives you something to do with your throat and mouth that isn't coughing. And they taste so delicious.
They do taste delicious. I haven't really been coughing though.
Okay.
It's just my throat feels sore.
Okay.
Like I'm definitely like it's like I have inflammation for sure.
Okay, interesting.
And then yeah, earlier I remembered how if I would go to the school nurse in elementary school with like a sore throat, like if I was like, oh, my throat hurts,
Help.
she would give me salt water to gargle.
Ooh.
And I Googled it, and it's like a real thing. So I went to go gargle some salt water, and that kind of helped.
Well, that's good. At least
It's just in the doing it. Yeah.
Maybe you need to maybe do it like once a day, like when you wake up.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, maybe I'll do it later. It felt nice. But now I'm considering if I go to work tomorrow.
No.
Because I have like a let's call it a morning shift, and then I have a couple hours in between before I go to my afternoon shift, and I'm like I should go to urgent care in between that. But then I'm also like maybe I should just go skip the morning shift and just go to urgent care.
I would say skip it all. You're ill.
Yeah.
Take one day.
Go to urgent care.
And
This
go to
is
urgent
true.
care.
Go to urgent care.
And the thing is, in the morning I work with older adults. The kids. This sounds terrible to say. I don't mind that much being sick around the kids.
Oh, because
they
they're
will probably
immune.
get me sick.
No, yeah.
They'll be
Well,
fine.
yeah.
But
You have to expose them to the germs so that they can build immunity to it.
Yes.
Like, this
Right,
is the whole point of letting them eat dirt.
But like older adults, like they
Right.
are not gonna recover as easily. So I'm like, maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't go. But I feel
Yeah.
terrible because the staff for the morning shift is very small.
Mm.
It's just
Oh,
me
yes.
and then the girl who runs it, the lady who runs it.
Yes.
Because the other girl recently quit because she got an internship with ESPN.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just send a photo of yourself all and then be like, I'm
Yeah.
sick.
Right.
I can't come in.
Oh, girl, I cannot make it. Right.
Yeah. I would just skip and go to urgent care.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dulce called me to
Oh.
say happy birthday.
Well, all right.
Oh,
That was
that's
nice.
Okay. Anyways, what was I talking about?
All
The
of us-
movie.
The movies.
All of Us Strangers that I didn't prepare notes for. I'm so sorry, everyone. Anyways, okay, let's pull up the Wikipedia, shall we?
What?
Okay.
Not the wiki.
Oh.
Wiki.
live
Yep.
research.
We're gonna be learning things together, okay? This is the rare Melina episode where there's no prepared presentation. So, 2023 film. It was directed by Andrew Haigh. A lot of the elements of this movie, well, yeah, kind of, were based on Haigh's own life, like growing up as a gay kid in like the English suburbs, all of that jazz. But it is loosely based on the 1987 novel Strangers by Taichi Yamada, Japanese novel. Obviously, the novel is about. Let me pull up the Wikipedia for the novel.
Not.
Okay.
It's like
Sorry.
it's that game article.
Yeah. Okay. The novel is basically it follows this guy, who is he's a scriptwriter in Tokyo. He's lonely. This is a Japanese novel, by the way. If you didn't pick up on that, Japanese novel, Japanese characters.
Said it like 5 times. You're all. If in case you didn't pick up on it, it's a Japanese novel. You said it 5 seconds ago. We are actively doing.
I'm locked in. I know I'm sick, but
I'm
I'm
listening.
Here.
I swear to God, I'm listening.
I'm making sure that our listeners are locked in as well.
Are you all locked in?
Are you locked in? Okay, now is not the time to be doing your chores. You have to be locked in. Okay. He's a scriptwriter in Tokyo. He's lonely. He's, things are not looking good for him.
It's
He
a
meets
Japanese
woman.
novel.
Japanese novel. He's also recently divorced, and he has a teenage son. As far as I know, they don't really matter.
As far as you know,
You don't know.
actively reading.
Okay. No, I swear to God, the plot summary on the Wikipedia not detailed at all.
The Wikipedia summary literally ends with, "This leads to a shocking conclusion to the novel." What conclusion?
That's up for you
Is it
to
under-
find out.
Yeah.
Is it under
So
conclusions?
Yeah. No, there's nothing else.
Oh,
That's the end of Wikipedia. So if I'm being vague, it's not on purpose. Okay. He's divorced, his teenage son.
This
don't
is
know
a
what
Japanese
they have to do with
novel.
anything. It's a Japanese novel set in Tokyo. Lock in.
Lock in if you haven't already.
He begins a relationship with his neighbor who is a woman. Unfortunate and sad, yet true. Who's also like 15 years younger than him. Very awesome. Yes. Really beautiful. Our main character goes back to his hometown where he lost his parents in an accident. And he sees a couple who resemble his dead parents. And they invite him into their home. He thinks this is a little sus, but he's like, you know what? I'm lonely and I need friends. I'ma just keep hanging out with these guys.
Hey.
Unfortunately, this old couple are a pair of ghosts who are sapping his life force away from him.
What the hell?
I love
This took a
that,
turn.
actually.
That is a shocking conclusion.
His health declining. He looks like shit.
Like a video game.
His 30-year-old girlfriend notices and she's like, "Hey, you gotta stop seeing them." He stops seeing them. Whatever. But then he's not getting any better. He still looks like shit.
I'm gonna assume a shocking conclusion.
And the shocking conclusion that we can assume, we don't know if this is true because the Wikipedia will not tell me what the conclusion is. But we can assume that the 30-year-old girlfriend is also a ghost that is sapping his life force.
Yeah, that is like, it's like it's like Dracula, like.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So anyways, that's the plot of the
Wow.
Japanese novel.
The Japanese novel set in Tokyo about a screenwriter, a lonely screenwriter.
A Japanese screenwriter, yeah. Obviously, if you watch the movie, All of Us Strangers, it is not set in Tokyo. It is set in London. Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal are not Japanese. They're both very
Irish men, white men.
Also, Paul Mescal is a man, not a woman. So we've added some gay people into this bitch.
Only some, though, not a lot.
Only some, though.
Wait,
not a lot.
that
Remember,
brings me back. That brings me back to something. Allie, you said I wouldn't watch this movie otherwise. What? May I ask why? And is it, do you hate gay people?
I knew you would do this. This is partly why I showed up, to defend my good name.
Every episode, Allie has to defend her good name. She's not a homophobe.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I was imagining you guys saying like why Sarah wasn't here, but I know that for me you would have said, "Oh, it's Allie's not here because she's homophobic." No, I'm not.
Yeah, well, we're not sure. We're like, oh man, I hope, Sarah's okay. Hope she's, doing well, blah, 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 blah. Allie's not here because she's fucking homophobic, so fuck that bitch.
Spoiled our plans once again.
Yeah,
our dastardly plan.
my good name. No, I just knew that was like sad and like gloomy.
Okay.
Yeah. I did just spend the weekend watching 10 rom-coms. So, and part of those movies that I watched was All of Us Strangers. So you can imagine the freaking whiplash I had from watching all of those rom-coms and then All of Us Strangers. And then I went back and watched a different rom-com.
All of us rom-coms.
Yeah, to cleanse your palate.
I had to cleanse my palate. Yeah, that's why. It's not because I hate gay people. It's because I don't like being sad. Okay.
But that's an intrinsic part of the gay experience. So in turn, you do. Case closed.
Okay.
We gotcha.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say. Get fucked. That's here we go.
I think you were gonna dunk on me.
Dunked
That's what
on
it looked like.
I just get
Anyways.
frozen.
Right. Right.
Anyways, Allie being homophobic or not aside, we don't know yet. It hasn't come out yet.
Selectively.
So, that's right, she
Selectively
is
homophobic.
selectively homophobic.
Yeah. Well, she's homophobic to us, but everyone else she's okay with.
But she's all, hey guy.
Hey, guys, chill out. Anyways, All of Us Strangers, it premiered at the 50th Telluride Film Festival in 2023. It was released in the United Kingdom January 2024. You know, it did not get a big theatrical release, as small queer films are wont to do. But it was critically acclaimed. It earned 6 BAFTA award nominations. Did it win any? No, it did not.
Damn.
Well, damn. That sucks. Actually, I'm a fucking liar. It did win.
What? You're not scrolling far enough on the wiki.
Okay, wait. No, I read it wrong. It won 6 BAFTA awards.
God.
Oh!
So we rejoice then.
It won 6 BAFTAs.
Oh,
It was nominated
Quite
for,
a
like,
difference.
a dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, it was nominated for 14. It won 6. Awesome.
Wow, thank you. So we're happy.
Yes, we're very, very happy. It's won a bunch of other awards. It's been nominated for a bunch of other awards. It's a very, like, critically acclaimed, critically beloved film. It has a lot of acting darlings. People love Andrew Scott, love
Yes.
Paul Mescal.
Mhm.
And
Yes,
then
we
there's
do.
also Jamie
Yes.
Bell and Claire Foy, who are also very good. But, you know,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
they're not the ones making out on screen.
Having gay sex.
Okay.
They're not having gay sex.
Right. Right.
But yeah, All of Us Strangers, plot-wise, it's pretty similar to the Japanese novel that, you know,
It's just
takes
gay.
place in Tokyo. They just made it gay. Also, Andrew Scott's parents, played by Jamie Bell and Claire Foy, they are not ghosts who are sapping the life out of Andrew Scott. They're just kind of ghosts, who are kind of there to, you know, for the purpose of Andrew Scott speaking to them about being queer. Very beautiful, very sad. Paul Mescal's also dead in this movie, but he's also not a life sapping ghost force.
No.
He's just dead and gay.
Dead and gay. Dead and gay.
Gay.
Terrible combination.
What thoughts do you guys have about that?
Being dead and gay.
Amongst other
Sad.
things, just being dead and gay.
Yeah, this movie's sad, obviously. It's also very pretty to look at. It's a very beautiful...
Beautiful.
Mhm.
I put in my notes, if I had a nickel for every art house movie Paul Mescal was in that had a shit ton of dissolves, I would have 2 nickels, because it reminded me of all the dissolves in After Sun.
Yes.
Like the
Yeah.
crossfades in After Sun.
Yeah. He really knows how to pick his movies and what editing techniques are used.
Yes. I also started
Really-
this movie before 8 a.m.
Yeah, which is fucking insane.
So I woke up at 5 a.m. that day because I was just like, good morning. I like naturally
Yeah.
woke up at 5 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I was like, well, I'm awake now. So I was reading my behemoth of Brothers Karamazov or whatever. And then I was like, time to get the day started. I watch, little insight into my life, every movie I watch for Brats, I do while doing my sheets on Sundays. So
yes.
I'll immediately get up, wash my face, morning routine, and then I will put on the movie and then strip the bedding and put it in the washer, and then wait and sit until and watch the movie as it's washing and drying and everything, and then put it back. The movie's usually done before it's even my sheets are done, so it's fun. Anyway, it forces me to watch it, but I watched this very early in the I watched this very early in the morning, and I was like, this is insane to watch this early
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Really
Really
sets the mood
ruined-
for your day.
Really
Yeah, I didn't even
ruins
try-
the rest of your day.
That was my Letterboxd review. Didn't even try to be
Yeah.
happy today.
Crazy.
So, but it was sad.
Mhm.
And then it's also incredibly intimate for 9 a.m. They have gay sex.
They do gay sex.
Okay, I read reviews
A couple
about
times.
this.
Okay, slay
And
on it.
Allie, I don't know if you want to cover your ears or something for the homophobia or whatever you have.
I watched the movie. I'm here.
But Allie shook her head the entire time.
Yeah. She closed her eyes. She
I
covered her eyes
disapprove.
during the gay sex.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is NSFW, but in the movie, Paul Mescal licks the chest of Andrew Scott. I thought he was licking the sweat off of him, and I was like, "That's really
No, it's
intimate,
cum.
whatever." But I was like, "Oh, it's cum."
No, it's cum.
I
I
thought
did
it was.
read that review.
I thought it was sweat, but I couldn't really
No.
see it, so
No.
whatever.
It was cum.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, 9 a.m. watching
Anyway.
that, going okay.
9 a.m.
Mhm.
watching that. Yes, exactly. Beautiful experience.
I changed forever.
Yes. What? Okay. I really should have prepared for this episode, but I simply
It's not.
could not bring myself to do it.
No.
No. What did you guys think? Okay. Sometimes when I think about this film or whatever, I kind of think that, like, it's not. I think that the whole ghost thing and seeing your parents before they died thing kind of gimmicky as a trope.
Yes.
But did you guys think that it worked
Mhm.
for this? Or what did you guys think about, like, his parents in this and, like, their role in the film? Because they're, like, they're also, like, a very emotional center around this.
Yes. Okay, so the way I was thinking about it, it is a little gimmicky, but I think that with adding the queer aspect, it adds a layer to it. Because it's Andrew Scott trying to come to terms with the death of his parents who died when he was 12. And now he's become this, like, well, he's grown as a person, as a man. He's kind of found himself. But he never kind of gave his parents the chance, not gave his parents the chance, but his parents never had the chance to get to know him at that stage.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's that whole thing. And I mean, like, I was thinking about, my parents are alive and well. But, like, at some point, we will reach a crossroads where I will keep growing as a person, and they will not get to know me as a person, which just kind of adds to, like, the sadness of it all.
Yeah.
It's very emotional. I liked it. I didn't think it was gimmicky at all. I don't think when I watch movies, but this one had me. I was tearing up and shit. I was like, this is sad. Yeah, it's very well done.
I think to what is it, to trampoline off your point.
The piggyback. Do a backflip.
Okay. Off that backflip. To cartwheel. My bad. I think it is adding the layer of queerness with it was like this, I guess, saving grace of that. I think it can be gimmicky, but I also like gimmicks, and I think if they're well done, it's fine. I don't really care. Like, I think because it's like, it's the idea of I can only tell my parents things when they're dead, and I can only tell you this in confidence in death. In that sort of way, and that's the only time I will ever feel like that confidence and that experience, and especially with like his coming out scene and everything. That's where that like comes in the best, I think.
Well, because it's also like he's telling his parents these like things, like he's telling his mom that he's gay, and he's telling his dad like he was bullied as a kid, and like it's like he wants to know what their reaction would be or how they would take these truths about him, but even though he's telling them now, they're still dead, and like he's never actually gonna know how they would
What the real
react.
reaction
Right.
would be.
I didn't.
Yeah, like that's just, like an imagined reaction that he would hope that they have,
Yes.
or maybe
He's
thinks that they would have.
he's essentially hallucinating it and everything.
Mhm.
I will, like, on Allie's point of, like, you know, he's an adult man. Like, he's an adult man. We can't argue that. But, and that he's grown. I do think that, like, in a way, he's not, like, grown as a person, you know? I
No.
still think that, like, I think he's, like, very stunted as a person in the way, especially in the way that he, like, interacts with the world and how he moves about the world. Like, I think he's still in some ways just like a 12-year-old kid, because, like, you know, he says that he doesn't have any friends. All of his friends have moved on, they've gotten married, they've had kids, you know, they've lived their lives, and he's still in this, like, empty apartment building, and he's by himself, you know. And then Paul Mescal's also there, but Paul Mescal's dead, as we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, that shows, especially in, like, his hallucinations in the Christmas scene. He's literally in his, like, little kid PJs, and he goes into bed
Yeah.
because he's
I was
scared at
gonna
night.
say, yeah.
He's,
I was like, they
yeah.
really fit that big man in those tiny PJs.
It made me laugh.
They
I know
really
it's a sad
fit that. It was-
scene, but
yeah.
I got a giggle out of it. I was all, he's in
No,
his
and
little
it,
kid
and it gets
PJs.
the point of
Yeah, I get the.
it gets the
Yeah.
point across.
Yeah.
And
And
he's
it's just like
yeah.
a really strange juxtaposition, because, like, we have this grown man in child PJs, and he's begging his dead parents not to go to the event that will kill them.
Yeah,
No.
it's which is
No, even though they're already dead, so it's, like, inevitable, but in a weird way he does sort of prevent it, but then he still doesn't. Like, it's really weird. That's also when he's tripping on ketamine, but
yeah.
Yeah. And what a trip.
and what a trip.
Not to, like, cinema sins this and be like, this, where is the reality? Like, I understand, like,
Yeah.
you know, disillusionment with films. I get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, in my mind, I'm like, so how did he go home? Like,
School took him
It's
home.
a yeah,
was
that
screaming in the
sequence
closet.
is like a really weird sequence.
it's so weird, but it's fun. I like it.
It's so weird. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's a very good sequence.
Mhm. I like when
anyways.
Andrew Scott takes ketamine for the first time, and he
Yes.
asked Paul Mescal to take care of him, and I was like,
Yes.
he's on drugs too, boy. What's
He's
he
on
gonna
drugs
do?
too,
But
boy.
he knows. He knows.
He knows. Yeah,
He knows about the
Mhm.
drugs. Also,
exactly.
that's crazy. By the way, like, he's like, oh, you want to take this cocaine? And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that's actually ketamine. After
That's actually
the
ketamine.
fact.
I actually have no idea how long it's been in my wallet. First of all, okay,
Right, he's like,
this
I
is
just found
like
this.
This is just like a me thing. How do you forget what drug is in your wallet?
Yeah, I would, if
How do you
I
just
It's
forget
not
that?
like labeled.
label
Well, I know,
maker.
but like, I know, but it also kind of like implies that he just forgot that it was in his wallet in the first place.
Yes.
How do you forget that? I feel like
He's
I would
on
just
drugs.
always be
He's
thinking
not
about that.
remembering what.
He's also
don't know.
dead. Like, he's got bigger
Also
issues at hand.
He's got bigger issues.
He's death. No, because if I had it in my wallet, I'd constantly be thinking about it.
I'd be thinking about it all the time.
I'd be like,
I'd be like, I
there's
have to
cocaine
take
in my
this out
wallet.
of my
There's cocaine.
wallet.
There's ketamine in my wallet.
Yeah. Anyways, fun fact for you all that I'm pulling from the IMDb trivia page.
Okay.
Thank you, IMDb.
Okay.
Thank
I love that
you.
thing. I get
Thank you. Yes. The filming location for the house in which, you know, Adam is Andrew Scott, by the way, where Adam finds his parents, you know, their family house is actually the director's childhood home.
Oh, so he doxed
Yes.
himself.
He did dox
Mhm.
himself. Well, they don't. Actually, I think
I
his
know where
father
it
still
is.
lives there.
I know where it is.
Oh, okay.
And
Look-
I'm
Well, I don't
going.
know anymore.
And I'm
Yeah, we're gonna go visit it.
I'm there.
Yeah. And the apartment, Andrew Scott's apartment in the film was built on a set because they couldn't, like, the production team couldn't find an apartment that they like, a real life apartment that they actually liked or whatever, so they just did it in a studio. But then they used like for like the view, because Andrew Scott has like an insane view, very scenic and picturesque. For the view, they just did like, instead of doing a green screen and then just VFXing the view on it, they did an LED light wall, and then they separately filmed like whatever view they wanted, and then just superimpose that image on the LED wall.
Oh, it's
Interesting.
So that's cool.
Technology is here.
Technology. So yeah, no VFX was involved in those shots.
Wow.
good for them.
But there was
Yeah.
VFX in his mystical powers, life-sucking powers.
There were yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. Anyways, what else did you guys think? I really should have prepared for this.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
Don't beat yourself up.
They filmed the club scenes at a real gay nightclub in London. It is called the Royal Vauxhall Tavern.
And we will
Famous gay nightclub. And we will
be
be
going. I actually wrote a note about that. Where is it?
Okay.
Guys, I said, guys, we need to go to the gay club, as we say.
Yes.
And then underneath, I went, parentheses, this kind of looks like a nightmare. Because it was the idea of everyone together. I was like, oh, God.
I was having a conversation with my parents last night, after during dinner. We were eating dinner, and they're like, Melina, have you ever been to the club before? And I was like, no.
No, Mom, I'm a loser.
I said, Mom, Dad, I want you to look at me, and I want you to really consider that question when you're looking at me. And they were like, but how come you haven't gone to the club? It's so fun. We used to go to the club all the time.
That's my
And I'm like, I
parents
love that for
too.
you. I love that for you. I can't handle that. Hey,
We have to
I'd have
go
a stroke.
once. We have to go just once. We don't even have to be there for, the whole night. An hour.
Oh.
Like,
I can't do that. An
But it's
hour.
it's so expensive to get in, and then you're only gonna be there for an hour. I can't.
fine,
No.
2
No.
hours. We'll be there for 2 hours.
No.
My
I'll stand outside of the nightclub, and
you're
that'll be good enough
and
for me.
dance.
And that's
Yeah.
somehow worse.
My-
I'd rather we go to a bar.
My parents were because my parents were like, yeah, we used to go to the club. My mom told me, she's like, yeah, Grandma and Grandpa would get mad at me because I'd come home at 5 a.m. and then turn around and go to work at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Insane.
and then they yell at me, and then I wouldn't listen. I keep doing it, and then they stopped caring. And she's all, and I was
Yeah.
like, Mom, what if I did that one day? What would, what if I
What would you
I
do?
can do that? That's no big deal. And then my mom laughed at me. She was all, no, you
Yeah.
can't. It's not she's like, not in the way that I would get mad, but in the way of, you physically cannot do that.
You're not doing that,
You're
I
not
know.
able.
My parents are hoping and praying that my brother or I become interesting enough to
Oh,
go to the club.
Interesting. And it won't happen.
Exactly. My mom was like, she said to my brother, why haven't you gone to the under 18 club yet? She was like, I used to go all the time. It was fun. Why don't you do it? And I was like, girl, what?
Our parents want us to be clubbers, and it's just not.
No, they want us to be cool so badly, and it's just not
We're
happening.
not. It's not gonna happen.
It's really not happening. I used to hope that I would be cool, and then I
think it's a little late for that now.
a little bit. late.
well,
I know. When I was 9, I had big dreams that I
We're
would be
going
cool.
to the gay club.
I would be going to the gay club. And I would be having a grand old time.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. We'll go one day. I also said the drug scene. Oh, Allie's annoyed. Homophobia. Allie.
no, I'm still.
She's all. Ugh.
Oh.
I hate gay
I
people.
closed my eyes. I saw the club scene and the.
I was there. I said the club scene also, it was red and blue in there, and it looked like the Megalopolis drug scene.
Oh yeah,
When
yeah.
Adam Driver is on he's all, what? God, oh my god, that should be a Bratz megalopolis.
Megalopolis.
I can't watch. I don't think I can watch it again.
I can't watch that again.
That was the craziest thing.
Yeah.
But I gave it 3.5 stars, or like 3 stars. I was like, I gotta respect this. Like,
I don't know
this
what
is
I
so.
said about that movie.
I have to respect it because it's terrible. It's so bad, but it's so bad in the way
movie.
that I was like, damn, I don't realize. Like, how can you be this bad? I gotta commend that. Like,
I appreciate the audacity of that movie. It's
That's
crazy.
it's so fucking crazy. What?
It's
Who directed it?
insane.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're
Which
like,
is
oh, the
fully,
man who made The Godfather can't,
Yeah. He fully has dementia now. It's crazy.
He's gone insane. Like,
And I think it's beautiful. I really think it's beautiful.
I love art.
I love art. Speaking of art, back to the movie.
Back to All of Us
Okay.
Strangers.
Okay, I want to know what your guys' thoughts, opinions, bad jokes, comments, whatever, about Adam's final scenes with his parents in the Chinese restaurant. Fully in broad daylight, by the way.
Devastating.
Yeah.
He's the part that especially, I mean, one, he's like actively living out like a childhood want of going to like the restaurant with his parents and getting like the family style meal. And he's ordering because he's like excited about it or whatever.
Yes.
But when they're talking and everything, and obviously, the whole segment is super sad. But the thing that got me that was like the saddest was when the waitress comes out and brings all the food, and it's like all the 3 drinks and everything, and it's just like he's alone, and I'm like, oh
and it's
god,
it's really sad.
That is so depressing.
It is very depressing because like, even though they're dead, you're kind of hoping that he gets that closure that he wants.
Yeah.
But like, he's not
never
gonna get it
will.
'cause they're not there.
Yeah.
And that it just looks, it's even sadder because like now he's there alone with 3 drinks. That looks sad. It looks
It's
like
really
if I
sad.
saw that, I'd be like, oh,
That's the
how when you see old people,
Allie's really condescending. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm starting to make Allie out to be a villain this episode.
you really are.
I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry.
I think it's interesting that like one, I think it's very sweet that like they're going to this restaurant, like it's fulfilling a childhood dream. But also like
that wish.
you have to just like imagine just being outside of the frame and just watching Andrew Scott sitting in a booth talking to nobody.
To 2 people and then sobbing.
And then just sobbing, but there's nobody in front of him. He's by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of funny.
I think that's even more depressing, actually. I'm like, oh
It's
wow,
even more
this
depressing.
this man is mentally ill. Like, we need help.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys noticed this or if any listeners that have seen the movie, if they've noticed this. But during the final conversation between, Adam and his parents, they both kind of like fade away one last time in the same way that they died in the car accident, a long time ago. So his father just kind of like disappears instantly, because he was killed on impact. But his mom, Claire Foy, she lasts a little bit longer, but she loses her eyesight.
Right.
Because in the car crash, she
goes
lost
blind.
both of her eyes or something like that. She lost an eye, so she's blind. She can't see him. But then she dies later on. So, I don't know if people caught on to that. But if you did, good for you.
It made me think, and this is terrible, it made me think of when Sarah was talking about After Sun. And she was like, I thought he was blind. pain. And I was like, so bad. And I was like, oh, another Paul Mescal.
That's really funny.
I thought you were gonna go with the time we were outside the Olive Garden and Sarah didn't have her glasses, had a really long week and had no sleep, and she's staring up at the sky and she goes, "What is that?" And there's nothing there.
I forgot about that. Sarah, doing justice, Sarah was staring at the sky for like 5 minutes. And she's just like, and she's just like, what is that? And we were like, what is what, Sarah? Sarah had gone through a lot that week.
Jumping back to the Paul Mescal. What did you guys think about his death reveal? The reveal that, oh, he's been dead the entire time. And that Andrew Scott's been fucking a dead guy. No.
No.
Wait. That's different.
Time out. He's not.
He's fucking the ghost.
Was he
also a real person?
Or was it just a memory?
Ooh, I don't know.
Ooh.
I thought when I saw like the bloated dead hand and everything, it didn't like occur to me that he died from like alcohol poisoning or whatever like specific drug overdose. I thought he was old and on his deathbed. I was like, is he like 90? Like, what is happening?
Oh my god.
And then they revealed that when he first knocks on Andrew Scott's door, that's the real him. I was like, oh, that's okay. I thought he was just old.
No.
I was like, oh, he's just an old guy, and this is like his young hot self.
No,
Like, that was crazy.
Paul Mescal's storyline is that at the beginning of the movie, for those who don't know, knocks on Andrew Scott's door because he's also lonely and gay. And he's also drunk too, and he wants to fuck, but that's not really important. The important part is that he's lonely and gay. And Andrew Scott rejects him. He's like, I am also lonely and gay, but I don't want to do this. So Paul Mescal leaves, and then presumably, drinks himself to death.
Overdoses. Drugs,
Oh.
whatever.
They never tell us or hint at what exactly killed him, but it could be a variety of things.
Mm-hmm.
Given
I
his
went with alcohol poisoning.
yeah, it's probably alcohol poisoning. I mean, they lift up the bottle, so I'm assuming it's alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. He also says, like, a little bit later in the movie when they, like, do actually hang out and be gay together, he actually does say that, like, I am off alcohol right now, so.
He does say that.
Oh,
Mhm.
so it's alcohol poisoning.
Probably.
I thought he was old. His old, hot,
Emily?
twink self. He's not a twink.
Exactly. He's not a twink, but
He's like
his young hot self.
his young, hot self. I
Younger hot.
apologize.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's depressing. Knowing the twist, I knew he was dead. I was like, that's so sad though.
That's
Like,
a
no
good
matter,
person, yeah.
all the people in Andrew Scott's life that cares about are dead.
Yes.
And so I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah. I know.
Andrew, good
I
one.
remember-
Maybe Andrew Scott's dead too.
Yeah.
After
Maybe.
all that.
Maybe.
After all that,
maybe he's
maybe.
dead. Maybe we're all
dead.
dead.
Yeah. I remember the first time I watched the movie, I cried harder at the reveal that Paul Mescal was dead in the movie because I just love Paul Mescal.
And
so
you're like,
much.
I don't want you to die.
It's
This
too
time
soon. It's not his time yet.
Not his time yet, But this time I cried more when he was saying goodbye to his parents. Just because I already knew that Paul Mescal was gonna die, which doesn't like immediately detract from like the emotional power of it. But I was like, I am mentally prepared for this. I had forgotten to mentally prepare myself for him saying goodbye to his parents.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Do you guys like physically cry at movies?
Yeah.
I used to not to. And then recently, because of life changes, I do. I'm a little more sensitive. But maybe it's a good thing.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know. No, it's okay.
Yes.
If
the movie is emotional enough, I will cry at it.
I've never been known to cry. I've only cried at, like, 2 films that I can think of in recent memory. I cried at I Saw the TV Glow, which makes sense.
Yes.
Because depressing as hell. Also, and then I cried in whenever it came out, I think it's 2018, 2019, at Avengers Endgame. But I didn't cry because like Iron Man died or Captain America became like Joe Biden or anything. I didn't cry about that. I cried when Happy was talking to Iron Man's daughter about Iron Man and being like, "Oh yeah, you're just the idea of like the daughter losing the father like made me tear up and cry."
That's really beautiful.
So
there was.
I love the duality of man that you're exhibiting right now.
TV Glow and Avengers Endgame.
One of those
little
is a good
girl.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Disney short. That would make me like just sob every time. Like the idea of this little girl just being like alone, and then she dies at the end.
Oh, the little
like
match girl or whatever it is?
Yeah,
that one's
really sad.
depressing. That is a depressing movie.
Sob every time. Nowadays, the Little Women will just like I put the movie on, I can't stop crying. And they're like there's sobs too. Like I cannot stop crying.
Yes.
Is every time Beth dies like a shock? Like, oh, I forgot.
I think that's where it starts, and then it's what's her name? Joe's speech about women, and it just all goes downhill.
I'm sorry, I laughed, but it's the idea of just like women. I just get so giddy watching Little Women. I'm just like, the majesty of this film. It's so good.
It's so good. The first half is so beautiful, and then it goes bad.
Goes south so quickly.
Fortunately, I've watched Little Women enough times that I no longer cry, but I do feel like a deep emptiness in my soul. So,
do you? I mean, you had to watch it so many times because of your thesis. Do you also feel a little bit like, towards it? Because I kind of do with Rushmore, just because I had to watch it so many times.
How many times did you watch Rushmore?
3 times.
Oh, I only watched Little Women once.
Well, I watched it 2 real times and everything, and then I watched it with the director's commentary because I needed to get information from Wes Anderson, who just talked like this the entire time. Hello, everyone, and my name is Wes Anderson. I'm here to talk about the movie, and I'm like, Wes.
No, I only watched because for anyone who doesn't know, I did my senior thesis on Little Women, specifically like the 2019 script compared to the book. But I only watched the 2019 movie once, and then I watched all of the other Little Women adaptations. Because I think at that point I was thinking like I would do something with those. I didn't really end up doing that, but it was fine. It was an experience. But yeah, no, I mean, I haven't watched the movie since, not because I'm like towards it, more because I'm not in an emotional headspace for that.
Women.
I'm simply not in an emotional headspace for that. Yeah, no,
What? How to make a tag, because I just started crying the movies all of a sudden, and I was like, wait, let's keep track of this.
Yeah.
Are you like notes apping when you cry at movies?
Well, I did notice that you had a tag for cry.
It just says cried. That's right.
I really noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been one to cry because I'm like, it's a movie. sorry to be so cynical about the world, but
no emotions. Yeah.
But Avengers Endgame, man, fuck.
I did cry at Avengers Endgame.
Oh,
that was when I was still like really big into Marvel. I know. I am.
Well, it's such it's a big moments
Yeah.
in the series. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Captain
that's
America
valid.
becomes Joe Biden.
If you're crying to
America Jones becomes
right,
Joe
if you're
Biden.
crying to Avengers Endgame now, that's a little too much. You're doing too
Well,
much.
You
okay.
need help.
You need help. Yeah. I remember I
Get well
cried
soon.
at Avengers Endgame. I cried at Avengers Infinity War.
Oh,
It was really It was a really bad time for me. But yeah. Yeah, I think other than those movies, I didn't cry a lot while watching movies until like again when I was like 21 and I developed a brain
became a
personality,
person
and also
again. I became a person.
Frontal
Yeah.
lobe developing.
Yeah, you
21
thought 25 was the frontal lobe, but no,
No.
we're at a younger age.
Yeah. I know we've been saying this as a joke. I truly believe that 21 is when I became like a full-fledged person.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What were you? Were you just like numb before?
No, we filmed those short films and I was like, I feel so inexplicably awful.
Because I met this person named Emily,
Emily
and now
Anderson.
I hate living.
Yeah. No, truthfully, the process of making those short films actually awoke a lot of things in me.
Oh my god, it was bad. Was it that bad?
Yeah.
It will
Did I
get
not
better.
tell
We can make another short film that will be like so much better. Like,
Did I not tell you, like, the day after we finished filming my short film, like, because we filmed my film on, like, a Friday and a Saturday, so we had Sunday off. And so, like, the first thing is, like, I called my mom because we, like, you know, we video chat every week, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
video chat once a week. I called my mom, and she was like, oh, you filmed your thing yesterday, like, how was it? I immediately started sobbing.
never knew that. I'm so no.
I was sobbing for a long time, and I was like, it sucked, it was bad, blah blah blah. And then when I finally, no, it was fine. No, you were fine. I want you to know you were fine.
Oh no, I don't care about me. Even if I was a dick, I care about you.
No. Yeah, and so by the time I finished sobbing, she was like, obviously she was like, this is happening over a phone. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And she was like, oh, I'm, you know, sorry. You want me to? I was also complaining that it was really cold because it was.
It was
really
cold. It was a
In November.
cold winter.
So I was like, and it was cold and it sucked, whatever. And my mom was like, I'm really sorry. Do you want me to like buy you a sweater?
Did you take her up on it? That's a good deal.
I did. And then I said, okay, yeah, I would really like it if you bought me a sweater. So do you know that like brown knit sweater that I have?
I
that I've
think
worn?
so. Was that the sobbing sweater?
That was the sweater. That was the sweater.
Wow, I never knew that. We weren't that
Yeah.
good of friends for
No,
me to
no.
know that you were crying.
No,
I just knew you
would
hated
not have
it.
told you that. No. Yeah. It was
So sorry. I'm so sorry you fought demons so badly during that.
It's okay. I developed personality because of it.
You know what?
It's real.
That's all that matters.
That's all that really matters.
I was thinking about it the other day because in my mind I was like, May and I are friends because we complained so much about that damn film class.
Yeah. I remember I would only, whenever we were going to the shooting and whenever we were leaving, I would only ride with you.
Yeah, because we
So we
would
could complain.
only complain to each
Because we
other
would bitch
about
with
what
each
was
other.
happening.
It was really, really beautiful.
All-
And you know what? Being a hater can get you beautiful,
Friendships,
beautiful relationships.
love.
Yeah. It's really the core foundation of our strongest relationship.
is being haters. Well, and then that was, sorry to exclude Allie from this conversation about the two of us, but you became a person because of it.
I know, I did become a person because of it. So, like, how bad could it really be? My 2 trauma points. Catholicism and that class.
That film class! That short film class.
And that's all I really need.
And I thought I was fighting demons as well. Like I was like getting harassed at work.
Nah.
That was all bad.
I got a consolation sweater out of it.
You got a consolation sweater. I became editor of the newspaper.
Really bad time. Awesome. We'll wrap this up. Allie, did you have a thought about Paul Mescal's death? I feel like we interrupted you to talk about.
And I'm used to that.
I love you. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Because you're
Guys,
homophobic.
It's fine. Well, and yes. No. You're gonna clip that and put it all over the internet, and my life will be
Homophobia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I'm too lazy to do that.
Thanks.
I'm too lazy to
My
start a
only
hate campaign.
This takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not homophobic. I have thoughts about Paul Mescal's death. Sad. A. B. I hadn't realized. I thought, because you said that technically he's dead from the
Yes.
moment after Andrew Scott doesn't let him into his apartment. I
See.
thought he was dead because Andrew Scott doesn't see him for a couple of days, and I was like, oh, he drank himself to death because this relationship is not good. I thought he dies later on in the movie, because when I keep calling him by his name, Andrew Scott the person
Mhm.
went to go find Paul Mescal the person.
I can't remember their names. Oh, it's Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal. This happened.
Their names are Adam and Harry, but
Adam
they
and
are
Harry,
Andrew Scott
sure.
and Paul Mescal.
Right. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Adam goes to find Harry. Harry is dead, and then Harry starts to look a little fuzzy, like the lighting or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, so he's dead now. There's a thing in the lighting. I felt like a cinephile noticing this when they're laying down in the bed, and Andrew Scott.
You closed your eyes. You're all, I knew. It's a true cinephile.
I understood the vision.
I know we're wrapping up soon. I'm gonna lay down.
It's okay.
But Andrew Scott, is in the dark, and Paul Mescal is in like this light. It's like a circle, and I was like,
Yes.
Yep.
he's dead. Yes,
He's dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And to go
Well-
into that, it's reversed when they first meet each other.
Oh,
Exactly.
Paul Mescal is in the light at the door. The doorway is the light, and then Andrew Scott is in the darkness, probably foreshadowing what is about to happen.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
Andrew Scott dies at the end of this. He's definitely dead because after all that, why wouldn't he be? You think he had hope?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will
Yeah.
say two things to wrap this up. I do think that Paul Mescal does die after that first initial meeting because I'm pretty sure he's wearing, like, his dead body, his corpse, is wearing the same outfit that he was wearing when they first met.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. And then a little tidbit for you
Ooh.
to leave you with.
Ooh.
So, there's a few hints throughout the movie that suggest that both Adam and Harry actually died at the beginning of the movie in the apartment fire. Because if you remember, the movie begins with a fire alarm in the apartment.
My God.
Mhm. And then the other hints are that you can hear like alarms going off like occasionally throughout the movie. Andrew Scott has like a high temperature or a fever throughout the movie. There's a bunch of scenes, especially during his like ketamine trip, where he's like coughing and choking a lot.
Oh my God.
You can see emergency lights reflected on the walls in multiple occasions. The color grading of the film is like warm colors,
Yeah.
mainly like orange. And then the final closing song kicks off with the lyrics "Feels like fire."
Ooh.
So,
okay.
They might
Oh,
have been
that's
dead that
cool.
whole, but we don't
The
know
whole time.
the whole time. We don't know, but
I see
you know,
this.
it would make sense
see
why Adam Scott can see dead people.
That's
That's
right.
just a thought.
Mhm.
Anyways,
I also thought he had AIDS. At one point, I was like, he's sick.
I was-
He has
Oh, and
AIDS.
it-
Because they were
He has
talking
AIDS.
about it, and I
Everything-
was like, oh God.
oh god, Everything goes back to AIDS, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Listen,
this is
it
the thought
does,
I had
honestly.
with-
Like,
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
major epidemic. Very sad. This was the same thought I had in Boys in the Hood. I was like, they're talking about STDs, and they must be talking
know.
about AIDS.
Everything
AIDS
goes
is-
back to
is
AIDS.
included in that.
AIDS epidemic.
Everything goes back to.
It's a tragic
Mhm.
period.
Mhm.
Anyways, super cool, guys. That's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more Brats in the Back Row, you can follow us on Spotify, Brats in the Back Row, or YouTube, same thing. We are also on Instagram at Brats in the Back Row. We are on TikTok, except I have not logged on to the TikTok in weeks. So, but if you would like to follow the TikTok and look back through all of our wonderful, wonderful reposts, you are more than welcome. You can find us at Brats Pod. We are also on Tumblr, Brats the Back Row. I also have not logged on to the Tumblr in about a week, but I'm sure Emily has. So
I think so.
we've got okay. Well, we're half active on all of our social medias. Truthfully,
Except
We have jobs now.
Instagram. We're all
Except
employed
Instagram.
now.
We're
Cinephile.
all yeah. Yeah, Instagram barely, because our Instagram story posts have waned a bit.
I'll post more
And
right
also-
now.
Yeah.
Just
And also,
to,
I schedule all of the main feed posts, so really, what is there to say? Anyways, follow us on all of our socials. You can email us at Brats in the Back Row, although I highly doubt it because you're all homophobic. But if you want to
Oh.
prove to me that you're not homophobic, you'll email us and say, I heart gay people.
I
yeah.
heart gay people.
I heart gay people. Yeah, we will be back next Thursday with a new episode. I think it's Allie's episode. Hopefully Allie is no longer ill by then. And if not, who knows?
But it's a cheerful movie, guys. I'm gonna pull us out of this.
Cheerful movie.
The
Yep.
light will
Yep.
come.
The light will come back. Yeah.
Hang in there.
Melina's only here to bring the mood down.
Mm.
And then
And then
Allie comes
Allie
in and she
immediately-
brings the mood back up.
Yep.
And then Sarah brought it back down.
Yeah.
And then
I
Emily
brought it back up.
Yep. Yeah,
we just
this
keep
is
going.
the trajectory. Exactly. Thanks everyone. We'll see you next week.
Mercy.
Bye.
Bye.